Okay, today we're going to learn the Gemara Ksubas Daf Ein Zayin Amud Beis. What is Machris Rav Yochanan? Rav Yochanan is to announce, Izaru mizvuvim shel bale roson. He says, be careful from the flies of bale roson. It says there was many forms of, many shapes of tzaras, according to some Meforshim, and that was one of them. Rashi explains that the sheret is to go inside the brain, or what today we could say is a virus went inside the brain, and that would affect the rest of the body, the skin. And Rabbi Yochanan says it's a very contagious, this form of the tsaras, roson. And he says that's why if a fly goes from this man that got the sickness, goes to somewhere else, to somebody else, it could infect him. So he says, be careful from the flies that flies around those people. They're very contagious, their sickness. Okay, so Rabbi Yochanan spoke about zvuvim, about flies. Rav Zera lahav Yosef bezike. Rav Zera not only he was careful from everybody when you see over different Amoraim, everybody was one notch up with how careful they were with that sickness. Rav Zera not only would be afraid of the flies, he was afraid even from the wind coming from the direction from that person has the sickness. Roson not to be in that direction of the wind, because the wind also would be contagious. Rabbi Elazar wouldn't go even there's no wind, just in that tent, in the domain where he was there, he was afraid that the whole environment around him is infected. Rabbi Ami v'Ravasi achle mebiyeh dahi mavoya. Rabbi Ami v'Ravasi would not eat from the eggs which was in the movoi. Today with the movoi, there's many neighbors in one movoi, it would be like a building. If somebody, one person live in that building that have roson, and he would not buy from this building, if they sell eggs over there, he would not buy the eggs. The chiddush was not only food that opened, they would not touch, even egg that's sealed with its own shell, they were afraid that the inside there was infected. So that's how bad was this sickness, roson, and all of the Amoraim said how to be careful with it. However, this whole thing the Gemara brings to tell you the chiddush of Rabbi Shua ben Levi. Rabbi Shua ben Levi mikrach v'hu v'osik v'toira. Rabbi Shua was not afraid, not from the flies from there, not from the wind, and not from the eggs, and not for being next to them. He would sit down and learn Torah with them, with people that sick with roson. Well, what was this cheshbon lechoira? If it's a dvar sakona, you have to be protecting yourself. You shouldn't put yourself in sakona. Yet the svar Omar says pasuk in Mishle ayelas ahavim v'yalas chen. The Torah, it's a lovely thing. Ayelas ahavim v'yalas chen, and it brings chen, a charm on the person. It says im chen ma'alo alam dayo. If the Torah brings a charm to people that learn the Torah, agunel magne, I will not protect them. So he says, if I'm learning Torah with them, then definitely the Torah, he says, would protect me. And Take, he learned with them and nothing happened to him. So just to go over this a little bit, al derech hadrush, Rabbi Yochanan was afraid from the zvuvim bebale rosan. Says the Gemara says in Brachas, Rav said the Yetzer Hara looks like a zvuv, like a fly. That's what Rav says. It looks like a zvuv, like a fly. So Rabbi Yochanan says there is a special Yetzer Hara. The Yetzer Hara could come in from many directions. Bale rosan meloshen re'iyah. In the eyes, you see in the place you're not supposed to look. So he says this Yetzer Hara is so contagious, so bad. So this Yetzer Hara zvuvim could affect others. Could not only hurt you, when you're looking in the wrong places, could hurt others. Rav Zera says this Yetzer Hara, which is again Riyas Einayim, looking in the wrong places. He says the wind, meaning he has such an influence. This guy, his wind, his influence could go and mazik others. Rav Elazar la'al b'ohala, he said such a guy, you hang around him in his tent, you're going to have a negative effect from him. Rav Ami v'Rav Asi lava achla mibiyeh dahu mavoya, they would not eat from the eggs coming from that building, meaning even though the eggs are protected, if you spill water on the eggs, it doesn't go inside, it's protected, it has a shell over them, saying the Riyas Einam could be so mazik, go very deep inside the soul and mazik you. So all of this Amoraim took precautions to stay away from them. Rabbi Shua ben Levi had a new mahalach. He says, no, yeah, it's very bad. Somebody, it's a rara, especially from Riyas Einam, it's very bad. However, he says, the way to deal with it, it's not run away from that. You have to go and come with Koyach HaTorah, learn Torah with them. So Adra, with Koyach HaTorah, A, you're not going to be affected, and B, you will help them to cure. So that's what he says. Rabbi Sheba Levi, he says the Koyach HaTorah is so strong that if you need to protect yourself from the Tzara of Risa Enayim, from what that's to do with your eyes, you have to, like the Rambam says, the Machshava Zoros doesn't come unless you're empty from Torah in your mind. But if you the Torah occupied, if the mind is occupied, the Torah does not come Machshava Zoros. Same with the Riyah. The Riyah Asura is coming because you empty from Torah. If you have Torah, that could push away that's horror of Riyas Enayim.